Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train. Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
This is where I keep my post. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My analysis table. It is useful for my work. Look after Mrs. Hudson. Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
喂，子胜也不在，子胜也不在了。
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
优化了，一切都是优化。
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
第二天清晨很早的时候，出事了，发生你按第一个，好，解开小生谜题。所以我们现在不是去那边，我们要先解完这个才能去。
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
看车站里面。
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
走错了。我的妈！不给我们去检查车站哦。靠呀！他叫我们去检查火车消失的地方。哦，他叫我们检查车站里面。
What should we do next, Holmes?
那个画面，左。看到有没有东西？对啊，哦，在这一边啊。这边的那个，忘了。 不能往前了，哎，可以耶，真的这边。想听。
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
哦，那个地上有奇怪的东西，油漆。
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
右边那个，这个，对，前面这个。
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
好玩，解谜。
A telegraph.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson. 哦，这是其中一个人。
Here is the train set.
Robinson 特别车厢。 垃圾桶呢？垃圾桶没有。对啊，都在忙。对啊，找车长。你古人吗？ 太清楚。云比他高。哎，我看那边有个人。那边啊，在那边，在那边，在那边，那边有2个人，你看到吗？可以吧？哦，那边有好多人哦。不知道叫什么。车在对面吗？哦，在这里。靠腰，你蹲在这边干什么？
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
乖乖的。好。哦，土壤的斑点，戒指，婚戒。
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
很激动。
See you later, my good man.
The entire train has disappeared.
Railway post bags.
你这边开那个、啊，看一下左边，啊，有没有？ 当然。
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
哦，对对对对。翻错了。
This map will be useful.
哦，有地图了。
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
所以我们会去那边。我们会去这个。
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
我们会瞬间移动。这个车我。 很顺，布林顿，很顺。每个键都按看啊。哎呦，按到。 H 啊，找东西的时候可以看。这边刚有人来过吧？有人。
Railway post bags.
现在开这个都没用吧？哦，大概 F。啊，那个是叫我们看。生气的乘客。
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
로빈슨，他也被赶下车了。
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
好奇怪啊！澳大利，哇，昂贵的衣服。这也已婚？哎，没有没有，这贵重金戒指。对对对，无名指。
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already...
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business
对，
with.
被人家偷走。
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
嗯，列车上，躲在房间里。
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
乘客啊，看起来就有问题啊，这个。
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not. The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
哦，他刚刚问那个罗宾森，他有问你真的觉得，你的那个原型机真的很重要吗？对吧？还有这样子问一次。
A telegraph.
没了，没了，哎，有，没了。
Don't touch anything, please.
感觉东西也蛮多的。哦，有3个地图哎。所以这个那个电报是从这里来的。
This bin is full of empty bottles.
A fishing advertisement.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
A telegraph.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please,
Huh.
sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Oh,
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions. Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
还要等他9效。
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
敲门。不要那个，换一个。再说。哦，了解了，这样。就是没来。
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here.
中间。
I should use the appropriate object here.
不能放。
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here.
还有什么？
I I should use the appropriate object here.
前面的位置啊。
I should use.
大哥，你可以拿这个车是按右键旋转，
I should use the appropriate object here.
对吧？
I should use. So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle. We need to attach a head... The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you...
At any rate, we now need to... I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our...
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
会来了。什么档案是？左中间啊，左的啊。去野外啊！你要去什么档案室？那就是最后一个啊，这不能走啊！
An old locomotive bell.
小箱子。
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
啊？什么？
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
这里，上面，对。
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and... There is a small section of a railway at...
funny character. He looks anxious.
哎，你走回来啊？干嘛？
And he is
不
not
是过
an
来，
Englishman.
就是那个智利的。这是哪里啊？哦，字典的雪茄币，雪茄地。
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
对啊。薄荷叶。 头的地方有点歪掉了，头的地方往后移一点，对，你刚刚那样。
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Tarrant, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is a greenish-brown cigar. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hard.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
Newspaper articles on horse racing, hurdle, steeplechase.
Betting slips for horse racing. Betting. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
A telegraph.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking. Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
看起来很颓废的样子。
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station.
大概你想做坏事的。我还没看到就觉得他很犹豫。坐姿。拔掉了。
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind...
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And...
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No, I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph, just the same as all the other nights.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
他会是垫脚尖。
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir.
Oh.
It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
淹没的湖。调查沙滩。对。 不能走。所以说，他们有看到列车，也有可能是假的。 这应该不是沙滩。哦，可以走过去。又
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The railway ends here. That is strange.
铁路被拔掉的感觉。
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
应该是什么都没有。还要飞过去。所以刚刚是要去菜市场，不知道。
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest. These traces were made by a carriage. Look. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. Nothing interesting here.
这个吧。
Nothing. Nothing.
它是什么剧？
No. Nothing interesting.
可以按住吗？
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
宽度嘞，从最上面到最下面。不是啊，不是这样的。
Nothing interesting here.
这样的。
The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
厉害吧？
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
所以现在里面有新的原料车。
This place was abandoned fairly recently.
What the fuck? 所以又有杀人了。
An advertisement for...
靠腰。
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
他们这边有原谅经过，可是这边就没有车子。
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Las Zarpas.
刚开始在下面那个。
The switch is rusted, but it still works. My search should be focused upon the name Las Za. My search should be focused. My search should be. My search. My search should be focused upon. Here it is. Mines. This is interesting. It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Here are the mines homes. They appear to be abandoned.
There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches. A lightly loaded vehicle came this way. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
靠近一点啊！再靠近一点。
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol?
开枪。
Good. Fire at this package.
Dynamite.
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
对这个，全部对这个。啊，对这个。哎，刚才不行。哦，看起来像这样。 不会是绕后面啊？哦，哦，有了，有了，有了，有 feel 了，有 feel 了。下一个，上来一个，这个，真的是绕回。
The Mexican company Caracao and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
高夫。使用电报。关到。
Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who flared our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
厕所。
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them.
or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
墨西哥人 VS 可疑的墨西哥人。墨西哥人的愤怒，虽然也有可能他杀了人的。那如果自己人离开了，你该……哦。检查衣服上贴布这些。
This post bag belongs to the station master. The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
哦，那我把魂剑拿掉了。
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
地图上没有什么支线。里面是地图。支线应该就这个了。后面。
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
Traces. Let's take a closer look. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle. This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station, and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man. The switch is rusted. According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh,
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is...
Upon my word, you keep...
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master.
I'll do it right away, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
Don't touch anything, please.
This grip...
I think we should open it, Holmes.
Of course. Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
在看什么？干嘛？什么？弄完了吗？不是啊，对啊。还要问？到底我是另外一个人？那个受害者嘞？红色。少两个。要换地方了。
It's a scandal. An app.
还要找一个人对话。喂。喂。你还没睡？诶娜，不要。没有啊，你刚才干嘛？吃了2个小时诶。吃完了？怎么可能吃完？没有啊，你玩。我没在玩啊，我大哥在玩。福尔摩斯，不能啊，大家都要起床啊。对哟，对哟，弟弟睡不着，跑过来了，看手机。哎呀，哎呦。吃那么久，都不理了他。大概后面可以走吗？
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
不可能这边了。那个后面那个分区啊，前面的左边，干不走。有一个谈话的线索，那个。对啊，这个谈话线索，切斯特菲尔的要问你一个话， 不知道问谁。错了呢。啦啦啦。你玩呢？你跟他玩呢？哪有大家不是在玩呢？我说他们在玩吗？你跟他玩呢？你要他？你要他玩呢？
You have quite a number.
Ah, yes.
I may.
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line. So,
Who were?
well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening. Ah, will I ever get any peace?
那个画嘞？没嘞。也没有多新的画。哇，还没了吗？差不多完美破哎。 喂，哦，你开始哦。哦，按那个吗？看网拍。我不知道。那个调查为什么可以按车厢后面？
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we took it with us.
啊！你还是少2个哎。 他23个。怎么会这样嘞？选他，那就过吧。 他杀那么多人呢。因为他们也是我们国家的人。
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. there were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas.
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political... But it will be a long and drawn... But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft...
Let us go home, then.
No, I did not say...
Well...
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were trapped under the collapsed mines, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dig out the mines.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Don...
Of course, you already had.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
哦，那个动作键。你可以杀他头哎。
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
那你说什么？
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later
哦，
on?
在看一波大佬。
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
你看少一个哎。干。啊？什么独地点？你不是放到11号吗？喂。哦，很好。很多欸。大哥到9号而已。就到礼拜2啊。今天礼拜6日，今天礼拜日了。对哦，没有，好像是礼拜3上班的。da. 啊。 什么东西？好，就是叫你不要看的。
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits. The pupil is dilated.
你说吃宵夜？什么吃宵夜？什么吃宵夜？我刚刚没有吃宵夜啊。
The temperature appears to be normal.
没有什么。
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
没有啊。没有什么。
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
有啊。
I need to concentrate.
按住了。
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate.
啊？
I need to concentrate.
啊？你说什么？哦，我知道，大哥你说什么？
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
那就按一下，按一下，按一下啊。
I need to. A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
这样。是点一下，点一下，点一下。
But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... What?
As I said.
And they were tied together.
You are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic?
Yes. And these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman Baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
你看那战队积分啊。哦。 说错了。啊？你说